Question 31. A box in the shape of a rectangular prism has side lengths x, x plus 2, and x plus 10. Write a function v of x to express the volume of the box in terms of x. Find all possible values of x, given that the volume of the box is 96 centimeters cubed. State all dimensions. Well, this is an interesting question. I'm assuming we're talking about x that are whole numbers, which I don't think the problem explicitly states. But anyways, so our volume as a function of x, you may remember volume of a box is length times width times height. So we'll just use the dimensions. X times x plus 2 times x plus 10. And we actually have an equation here because we're given that the volume is 96 centimeters cubed. So this is 96 centimeters cubed. So we want to state the dimensions of the box. We want to remember that I'm using x to represent length, width is x plus 2, and height is x plus 10. So basically we have a equation that we need to solve. And when I solve these types of equations, I actually prefer to do the binomial expansion first. So I'll keep the x outside, and I'll expand x times x is x squared, x times 10 is 10x, then we got a 2x, and then a 2 times 10, which is 20. So we're going to keep going here. This is x outside of grouping like terms. X squared plus how many x's do we have? We got 12x plus 20. And that equals 96. So lastly, we'll expand x cubed plus 12x plus 12x squared plus 20x, and that equals 96. I'm going to save one step and subtract 96 from the left side and say that equals 0. So what I really need to do is factor this expression so that I can solve it. So I need to guess possible dimensions. Now, where this is looking for whole numbers, this is a question that's very difficult, but at the same time, it's probably very easy because there is only so many whole numbers that we would have to multiply to get 96. So, the first whole number I can think of is 1. When we're talking about lengths, 0 as a length doesn't make sense. 1 as a length. So if we were to try 1, that's 1 for the length times 1 plus 2 is 3 times 1 plus 10 is 11. So let me just see. So this is only 33. So that's no good. But I think I'm getting closer. I'm going to try 2 for the length. So 2 times 4, 2 plus, right? And then 2 plus 10 is 12. So 4 times 12 is 48. 48 times 2 is 96. So I may have found at least the one factor I'm looking for. So what I want to do is I'm pretty sure now that x minus 2 is a factor. So what I'm going to do is just attempt to factor this. So what I want to do is I want to take x cubed plus 12x squared plus 20x minus 96 and divide that by x minus 2. So I'll use synthetic division for that, but if my guess is true, I should get a remainder of 0. So let's try that. You could also use the factor theorem and substitute in 2, but because I'm so confident that this is a factor, I'm going to go right to synthetic division. So I put a 2 on the outside, And you know how synthetic division works. Bring down the 2. You multiply and add with synthetic division. So this is 4, 16, 32, 32. So if we add this, this is 52. I think I messed up here. Let's see. I really messed up. 1 second. So let's erase this and try this again. I should bring down the 1. And then, right, I wasn't getting the remainder of 0 that I expected. So 2 times 1 is 2. 14. 28. 48. Much better. And this is a positive 96. So I get a 0. This 0 is my remainder. So what do I have? And you know, you could do this work, what I have right here on the side, because this is just an attempt to factor this. So when I write this out, I really want to gloss over that part and go right to here. So in factoring this equation that I want to solve, one factor is x minus 2. The other factor is x squared plus 14x plus 48. And this still equals 0. So let's keep factoring this quadratic and multiply, right? We want to multiply to get 48, add to get 14. 6 times 8 works. So x plus 6, x plus 8. So here are my possibilities for x. My possibilities are x equals 2, x equals negative 6, and x equals negative 8. So we're talking about length, so these ones right here don't make sense. We're not going to have a negative length. So the only one that works, x equals 2 works, right? And we're just going to say it must be positive. And the reason it must be positive is we're talking about some type of length. So x equals 2 is not my final answer. We want to substitute back in and get the dimensions. So we go all the way back up to here. And this is what we're going to substitute into. So it was the one answer that I expected. So x is 2 and 4 and 12, right? So if we put x, 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, so we want to go down and answer the question. The dimensions, so we could say therefore the dimensions are 2 by 4 by 12, and I think these are centimeters, so it's good to put units. So that is the answer, I hope, to this 5-mark question, 2 by 4 by 12.